Hey legends, welcome along to Here's Rodder's Reviews. We're getting into the Ultimate 5 Shark Movie Collection. This was recommended to me by a friend of mine, Gillian, and her sales pitch on it was, these movies are so bad, they're flipping great. You need to check them out. And, gosh guys, cheese sells. I miss the old days when movies just seemed to be made for the fun of making them, and these movies are completely unapologetic for what they are. It's a sci-fi movie, Sci-Fi Channel. It's from 2016. Planet of the Sharks. Now, think Waterworld and add sharks to the equation is essentially what you have in this movie. It is cheesy goodness. In the near future, global warming has pretty much devastated the planet. It's the Waterworld story. The ice caps have melted. 90% of the planet is underwater. Humans are living on these like man-made little islands, nothing more than like wooden floats and whatnot. And there is a science station that has survived, and they've got an idea of sending this rocket up with a scrubber to reverse the effects of global warming. But the ocean essentially is dying because of the global warming in this movie, and the food chain for the sharks has pretty much died off, so they are out of food in the oceans, so they're searching for prey on top of the water. So it's the sharks against humanity, and there is this mutated shark in here that is able to control all the other sharks. Now, I'm not going to get into the big details in this movie. There's a heck of a lot of science gobbledygook in here. There's a lot of standing about and scientists going over this, that and the other, and how they're going to do what they need to do to save the planet. But the visual effects in this movie are, out of the movies in this box set I've watched so far, this is definitely the best one to this point. But you're not going to get Hollywood style visual effects in this movie. They ham it up. It's great. I don't know. I have a thing for films that just don't try to be more than what they are, and just that kind of innocence of doing something just for the sheer fact of wanting to do the thing. And even though your budget isn't going to stretch as far as you really need it to stretch to get something made, you do it anyway. And you may find an audience, you may not find an audience. And this movie definitely does do that. The acting in it is pretty good. There's who's in this movie? Bratton Arrett, Stephanie Beran, Lindsay Sullivan, Lauren Joseph, directed by Mark Atkins. There is just something about these cheesy movies that a movie's either good or bad, and there's nothing worse than a bad movie that's trying to be more serious than what it is. And these movies up to this point in this box set have just been, we are what we are, take us or leave us. And I definitely did enjoy this movie. Cheese sales, guys, what can I say? So there's a climactic part of the movie where they find out that the way that this alpha shark is controlling all the other sharks, it is harnessing a lot of natural power within its own body, and they actually use the shark to jumpstart the rocket that's going to save the planet at the end of the movie, and it goes up into the atmosphere. You know, most of the people in the film get killed, of course, but at the end of the movie, we get a shot of the Statue of Liberty in New York City, coming out of the ocean once again. The beginning of the movie shows the Statue of Liberty underwater. We finish off the movie with the Statue of Liberty. You just see the arm and the flame and the skyscrapers in the background, but they're still kind of below the waterline slightly, but things are reversing, so the humans do come out on top at the end of this movie. It is definitely, if you're into your cheesy shark movies, it's one to check out. But again, the people that made this movie were having fun doing it, and as I've said before on the channel, I've made a few little indie projects of my own in the past, so I am fully aware of how hard and how difficult it is to get something like this actually off the ground and made. And the fact that this movie was funded and made and is out there, that's a success. And these filmmakers are making a better living than I am.